Silent video shows a Vallejo, California police officer firing a rifle through his own windshield. 5 shots in 4 seconds from an unmarked truck.
What do you point at us? I don't know, man.
At a man who police later said was half kneeling.
Put your hands up, man.
Officers were responding to a call about potential looters at a Walgreens.
You see me like that?
When the audio comes on, the officer says he thought the man was pointing a gun at him.
I thought the axe was gone.
One of the bullets struck 22-year-old Sean Monterosa.
No peace!
It was 8 days after George Floyd's death, and America was lit with outrage. Monterosa himself had been out protesting, his family says, and even asked his sisters to sign a petition calling for justice for George Floyd. A year after Floyd's and Monterosa's deaths, new research shows more than 2,600 Latinos could have been killed by police or in custody since 2014. According to researchers at Cal State San Bernardino and the Raza Database Project, Latino deaths by police are severely undercounted, partially because they're not counted in a uniform way.
Sometimes we're in the white category. We could be in the black because there's Afro-Latinos. We could be in the Asian category. A lot of us are in the unknown or the other categories.
Enrique Murillo is one of the researchers. He says America still has more racial reckoning to do.
The racial conflict in the United States is usually black and white. It's considered black and white. And it's rare that they consider Latinos.
They hope their painstaking work of counting will bring about change in Washington.
Latinos are definitely undercounted.
Congressman Tony Cardenas represents a Southern California community that is 67% Hispanic. He was one of the co-sponsors of the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act.
The people who are dying in the custody or in contact with police more than anybody else in America are black individuals. The second highest, right behind them, are Latinos.
Cardenas says the first step for that to change is good data, then accountability when laws are eventually passed. For the Monterosa family, waiting for Congress is not an option.
Governor Newsom, shame on you!
The family has filed a civil suit against the city of Vallejo and the officer involved for violation of civil rights and wrongful death. And now the California Attorney General is investigating the case. The local DA has not brought charges against the officer, who has not been identified by police.
We need an immediate arrest. There's nothing really obscure about what happened to Sean. There's a video. We all know what happened.
His sister, Michelle Monterosa, hopes the memory of her brother will help put a stop to police violence against Latinos.
My advice to other Latino families, don't wait till it's one of your loved ones to get involved, because it does happen in our own backyard. You know, we do have to face the reality that this can really happen to anyone.
And Jim, when we talk about policing reform, that obviously covers a whole host of topics, including police tactics. There's been widespread support to ensure that officers are respectful and treating people fairly. But this other issue, when it comes to some of the new constraints placed on some officers, what they can do, where they can go, we're hearing police groups call on elected officials to rethink some of those policies, especially in light of the surge in violent crime in so many places in the country that seems to have no end in sight.